Giant centipedes are eating my energy and they think they're beautiful. A dead person woke me up in their mind, and now giant centipedes believe they're God. I agree, more money, more problems. Because you guys got all the money and I got all the problems. So of course I'm gonna make it your problem. I'm not gonna come here and fix shit just for you to take advantage of the situation. Thanks, I'm glad you liked my Christmas tree, even though you were talking major shit last time. The stream is low quality because we're all gonna die. It was the last straw on the camel's back when you decided to ride him in the desert and take blue eyes for yourself like a bunch of heathens that can't survive in this world without any other thing other than eating meat, eating all kinds of meat every single day, becoming maggots. I really don't know how you thought you could eat a cow and that it wasn't gonna like overpower you in the long run. None of you are immortal, and your lives will shrivel if you fucking believe it too much. Because it ain't suited to fit you. Fucking bitch. It ain't suited to fit your bitch ass. I can't help it that you guys are like hungry all the fucking time. And that's why most of you are fat. Quit trying to fit into the whole scheme of life when everyone knows you are obese and that you're ruining it for everyone else. We do not need hatred being pumped through our hearts. I really don't know what you guys were thinking when you thought you would evolve as a motherfucker that needs to be immortal or invincible when you guys are all gay as fuck and won't kill each other anyway. What the fuck you need that power for? Who's gonna slice your ass? Get in a fight, see how that works out. See how strong it is when you're immortal then. Everyone's fucking immortal. They're beating the hell out of each other. Our blood's like draining. We'll see how that works out for you. See how fucking immortal your body is. You think you can just drink immortality? That's like fucking smoking a whole bunch of PCP at the same time as your brain developing throughout your whole life. You think I think I'm invisible? Like I'm afraid to be showing my face? Hello, Jewel. What's to love about a bunch of bloodsuckers? I'd love to know that. Like, it just doesn't really make sense that anyone could think they're good enough for me or for anyone at all if you are being eaten by maggots. Quit spreading your maggoty love around. Who's the whore of Babylon? You better not be talking about me. I don't sell anything. I don't even fucking care. Like, I don't sell my soul. I don't sell my body. I don't sell my hair. I don't sell my breath. Honestly, I think you guys all think you're gonna get somewhere with that bad breath. Like, what? You guys are funky. I don't know what part of I'm empty space and I've never breathed in my whole life, and that you guys are obviously funking up my life just a little because, there's just no entrance. There's no entrance to where my life began here, which means I am a body that came to be, and my life no longer demonstrates or reflects anything that I came from because I refuse to tap in to my eternal source just to let other people in through this weak ass body that can't even protect itself. So, no, you will not be getting in or out and getting anything. If honestly all this is a giant hole, and that's what I think it is, that's what I think the body that you gave me is. It's a giant hole covered in organs and skin, all donated by the people that want God to bring me to life so I can end his pain, whoever the fuck that is, like your dad or whatever, your heavenly father. You're not talking about the son ain't your dad. Your father sacrificed souls to get to me, and this is the best he could do. That's why I ain't playing. This some fucking monkey shit. You think I don't feel like ultimate shit all the time? And that someone thinks that I owe them something, like it ain't just obvious. Like I'm gonna pay for this shit. gonna be your bitch. Just eat a Kit Kat and wish that you weren't getting dissed. I already knew I was gonna be born in a test tube because they took way too fucking much of my blood at the hospital for anything else. Thanks for letting me know. Good thing I don't believe in blood or even fathom the thought of continuing this life past any time that it is destined to fall apart. I really don't know who you think you're fucking with, bringing me to your future, when obviously I was a little kid doing just fine creating a language on my own while Brokeback Mountain is being played over here. This is no, I just inhaled the blackened mouth too hard. This is a seahorse tattoo. It doesn't have a meaning or anything, it's just cute. I can't help it, y'all feed on death and y'all the sick ones and want to bring it to my fucking world. Yeah, you do exist in multiple dimensions at the same time, that's true. If weed smoked me, it would grow into weed and decide to feed me because it couldn't handle me but wanted to be with me at the same time, and that's probably what happened. You think weed grew for you? Weed always tried to look good for me. It's like all fluffy, like a cute little bud. That's my best bud right there. You know, in the Bible, they talk about the burning bush, and it was always an ironic subject, and that's the main thing that drew me toward weed is that it normally drives people insane, and I tend to like to view my mind and what it's capable of, even if it is insane. And I found it very intriguing that I became a more inspirationally inspiring and creative person because I smoke weed and it's just like tastes good, tastes like it actually wants to be a part of like a functioning life. kind of spicy herb. I really don't know where you guys get off on killing me. Is your daddy proud? You know your dad is getting shot in the back 40,000 100 times per second every time you fuck with me. And I don't care. At least someone doesn't want to be born as a fucking centipede that eats people all the fucking time and does nothing to prosper any sort of future. And I really don't understand why you don't realize that if I wasn't born a fucking cum ball, that we would probably actually not be a bunch of slum pieces of shit. Because I'm really not gonna work with this. You guys think you're getting the best of me, but you will never get that. That part will never be. You all smell like fish. You should drive into a ditch and call it your best adventure. No, you're not getting the worst of me either. The only people getting the worst of me are the ones that are completely out of control and won't give us any room to breathe, any peace. I'm on my laptop. This isn't a phone. Like, there's only so much stupidity that even the lowest grade of insect can't handle or will put up with. There's just a degree that you can't pass and expect to stay sane in this world. And that is how I programmed it. I'm not running off in a million different miles and directions at once, trying to fucking get excited, trying to get my fucking dick up. Only time you motherfuckers get a rise out of me is when your gay ass dad wanna see that dick. I'm gonna take all of you guys to Australia and let a kangaroo kick your ass and then drown you. I was reading an article and there was a kangaroo waiting in a lake, waiting, and it was just waiting there to drown people. That was like its thing. And I'm like, finally, some action. Honestly, think the Mona Lisa is the ugliest fucking painting ever. First of all, Australia is very slow in its style and trend timeline because they didn't even realize that I am the creator of Lolita and that they were all a bunch of faggots trying to be Lolita and they weren't at all. They didn't even know what Lolita was, and they're all like, "Oh, we Lolita." They're all like, "Oh, we Lolita bitches. It's the coolest thing out right now. We don't know what it is, but let's cling to it like little cunts. Cunts that are horny for the next best thing, the newest future, the next breath of fresh air, every 0.2 seconds of their fucking putrid, tiny ass lives." I mean, spiders are one thing, but are you guys like just spiders? Spiders mixed with T-Rex? Because I don't do well with like mosquitoes. And I think you all came from the same place. It's just been life spiraling out of control, trying to create something that could own me mentally, and it just hasn't worked. And it's like everyone's dream to watch this bitch fucking own me with her puny ass humans for no reason other than because she's jealous of me. And if there is another queen out there or another goddess that fucks with me, it's because of that reason that she is jealous of me. And she'd be nothing without me. So she can go suck on a large cock and maybe she'll feel okay and get back to being a bitch. A bitch that leaves me alone. I render you all incapable of impressing me. I really don't know what everyone's so stoked about. Like, you play this whole life game with me and try to, like, get me to think something that's along your basis of trains of thought that will bring you to a brighter day. Because I didn't come here looking for happiness at all. This seems like a bunch of gay fucks thriving off of me, and I'm not getting shit for it. I'm not happy. I'm not whole. I'm not full. I'm just right in the middle of feeling like shit while everyone else seems to like to get high off me, and they think I'm not gonna do anything about it. Well, that's pretty shitty considering you guys are gonna move on to the next motherfucker, and then you're gonna use my powers to woo them, and then you think they're gonna blame me for the fact that they liked you at all, and I feel bad for that reason. But I also feel like maybe she's a dumbass if she didn't read up on what was happening to me the entire time and just decides to get frisky with something that ate me my entire life. Like, will you fucking keep up with the times? Even I came sort of prepared. I already knew something was going on. Think I don't feel all the hot breath everywhere. And one day, after you kill everything that ever meant something to you, you'll be stuck here manipulating hot breath forever. And that is when we will all actually tune in and give you heart attacks forever. It's on our to-do list. So how does it feel to be the bastards that shit out their lives because they can't contain anything past their own dick? Short dicks. That's why y'all have short dicks. Gotta get where mama is to fucking sucking her life force through your butt and anus while pumping one into your girlfriend. 'Cause your DNA ain't creating babies on its own, that's for. What do you mean, how does it feel to be the universe experiencing itself subjectively? I know I'm not just experiencing myself. Are you trying to fucking fool somebody? I know you're all fucking weirdos. You aren't me. I never fucking ventured into the life where I started talking to myself and shit. I didn't welcome anyone in my life, and I'm not experiencing myself subjectively at all. That was never an adventure or a feature in my life whatsoever. I know the path I took. I'm not completely insane or deranged or fallen off the path or wagon whatsoever at all. That's on you guys. Nah, bitch, I'm me and that's it. You all are gonna die because you stole my powers. Quit fucking lying and trying to create some gay-ass fairy tale that honestly isn't sci-fi enough for me to ever care. Define insanity. Starting a war with someone that is a million times bigger than you and can expand and control you using her intelligence, yet you suck out her intelligence anyway and think you can overpower her by being a bunch of bumbling baby fucks with no direction and no conduit to create anything in the reality that is the universe. So you all piss and shit yourselves and cry all night and hope something gets better. That's insanity. I do not say that word. Oh god. You know, You guys could have just admitted that you were eating me to be beautiful. And maybe I would have thought that you were just retarded and wanted to be beautiful because beautiful people don't eat other people. And maybe I would have took it easy on you, but I know you're a bunch of ugly, deranged fucks and you're not getting any mercy. Sorry. You're lucky you guys got this rest. Honestly, as soon as I realized that my energy was being evaporated into water, that's when I woke up and realized that I am the earth and that you guys are shitting and pissing all over me and expecting me to be evaporated from your intense hot breath. And that's just ridiculous. Like, you aren't even a sun. It isn't the sun keeping us warm at all. That is a dream. That is an enigma. It is our hot breath being circulated around this small ass bitch. We're all gonna explode before you get any further. You know that, right? And I expand pretty far. I don't think you guys are gonna be able to handle it. Well, you think you can keep me in a small ass room my whole life and I'm gonna forget that I'm fucking humongous? First of all, I'll turn into 16 million cancers and fucking destroy everything before you fucking explode me. Actually, it will be after you explode me, but still, that's what's gonna happen. I want to expand and you got me in a little less room. Soon you will all meet your doom. Like boom goes the dynamite. My Instagram name is Steaks You Take. It's spelled STEAXUTVKE. You know, it's gonna be really weird if you guys can't actually hear me because I demented your hearing because it was always mine anyway. But I guess then you'll never know that I did it because you can't hear this right now. And I really don't give a fuck either way, that's why I'm saying it. If you think hearing is a gift from God, then go take it up with him. How about that? Mmm, delicious water. I would never claim to be God because I think that's a lame name. I would rather be known as a reptilian any day. You know, the motherfuckers that fucking lick you and suddenly you're poisoned. You know, that's why they call people of a certain criteria of elegance and grandeur or popularity in the community reptilians and think they're weird because your god dad, well, you think he's God, your dad, your lame drunk dad or whoever, thinks that I conned him into this, and that's what he's gonna try to say. But that rapist was asking for it. I did not ask for any of this. I did not enjoy myself at all. It's been a learning experience, and it's been hard as hell, and that's it. I just think the most fucked up part is alcohol came to be when everyone started drinking and realized it was poisoning them and that I was coming to life because of it because I don't sit there and get burned and maimed by a fucking fluid all day because you want to fucking inhale it and drink it and fucking be a fish in this fucking alcohol all the fucking time and piss me off, disturb my sleep, and then touch your wiener all night and tickle me in the process. I don't fucking think so. I know I feel good, but I don't give a fuck. I'll wake up and be whoever the fuck I want if you're gonna keep drinking and drowning my soul in poison. If our hearts weren't all connected, I would be fine. I have a healthy system of which in which I live. And that's how I know some alcoholic heart is killing and poisoning all of us because he's pissed off he can't get any coochie. And that's really what I think. That is what I think because I know alcohol poisoning and it makes you feel exactly how I feel and I don't even drink. So I'm sorry, but an alcoholic is gonna kill your God and make him so belligerent and so far gone from himself that any other god is going to think I killed myself because I didn't want to be with him. And that's just really ugly of a god to think. And I would rather get away from him ASAP. Anyway, you'll never have what you had that you have now in any other life. It will never get any better because I refuse to give a fuck, especially when some motherfucking con artists want to drown me in their alcoholism and poisonous ass heart and try to give me their love when I think it feels like absolute shit. I thought wine was made from Jesus's blood until everyone realized it would lead them to hell and then they gave it up. No, I only smoke weed, that's it. I'm not on any other drugs. Sorry that you think I am. I'm just pretty much giving up on the whole aspect that my life will fruit, get fruition of what it should be. Honestly, I'm over taking care of a bunch of bumbling brats that want to use my powers just to fucking get ahead with their measly ass lives, drag me into their hell's fucking chasms. Because honestly, you're all making me sweaty. You're all breathing on me. You're all too close. And it's getting unreasonable that y'all haven't left me alone or put me down long enough for me to stop being pissed off for even a moment. That I'm getting, like, raped at every angle. Because the dick must survive in a sexual world. It's like, bitch, I already know this isn't my universe or my world, and someone born me here, and I'm not God, and I'm not the universe. Because, in my point of view, sexuality would never be the overcomer of a whole fucking race of humanity at all. honestly think all the other adults used me until they realized I wouldn't work anymore. Then with whatever strength and whatever magic, whatever hope was left that they took from me, and then whatever hating ass DNA they wanted to include and see in their children, they put it all in their baby and expect them to grow up and teach me a lesson for ending their lives. They're gonna put their death and their misery on you and make you fight for it. And it's honestly because they're just bored and they're moving on to the next motherfucker to fuck with the next life. And they expect me to entertain you. Oh, it'll be fun. First of all, I have complete access to all you pussy asses, and that's the best part. Consider this dynasty. You know they all fucking left because they were bored, right? They already used me for like, what, 10,000 years? They had enough, and the only reason they still come around is because they realize I'm funny, and I didn't bring that out until all the kids got to have a nice view, too, of them sucking this dick. I don't get why I don't get my dick sucked sometimes. Never fair for the person that actually gives a shit. I ain't communicating with you telepathically at all. I don't want to know about your consciousness vibrating at a higher frequency because that's obviously just your overactive penis looking for the next pleasurable ordeal and you want to be first in line. Reality is a construct of the weak, you're right. It gives someone a level playing field, one that only they're good at, and no matter how many fucking times I fall asleep, you still manage to fucking lose. Like, I get up and do this shit, and like it's nobody's business. No one can even fucking fathom any of this shit, okay? Some fucking puny ass reality ain't gonna fucking bring me down, that's for sure. If I was communicating with you telepathically, it'd be a whole nother story. And I wouldn't be crying like a little bitch because I already hear that bitch, and that ain't me. What part of I don't have feelings don't you get? You can't fucking torture this. Whoever's feelings is inside me is a little bitch that is sitting there and taking it because she thought it was gonna be a giant dick because I was meant to be the goddess, no one else. I was meant to be the rap star, no one else. I was meant to lead people into the future, no one else. And look how fucked up it got. That's why I think you're all a bunch of heathens that your parents gave up on because they got bored that I was getting more popularity from their dad or your god or whoever than they were. Don't you think times have kind of changed since I stood up for myself? Finally, ears are being opened and so are eyes. You don't fucking think I smell something fishy? My hair was blue, and then I decided that I didn't give a fuck about it anymore because it kept getting tangled and it was like beyond repair. And I would like brush my hair for hours and it wouldn't come out. And it just got tiring ripping hairs out of my head all the fucking time. Finally, my headache's going away. Casey content god. He sounds like he has some good content. Sorry, I talk kind of weird. It's just because it's hard for me to give a fuck and sound nice, but I'm really trying to be nice. What part of I don't go beyond my nature don't you get? I'm a prime example of perfection manifested in a hell. I like normies because they don't think that, their intelligence came from themselves. They thank God normally for it, and that's how it should be. What do you mean, which hell? There's many hells. Well, maybe I was taken out of hell, and that's why I have all these bad feelings. Because I only like cool air. Does that mean I was burned for a long time? And summer can kiss my ass. You really think you something? What do normies think and normal people are ordinary, intelligent people are beyond normal, they're extraordinary. Extraordinary, to be exact. Why would I be a normie when I know my true worth? I've never heard that term used in a conversation, and it just reminds me of like fucking Harry Potter and how they had muggles or whatever. Is that like the Earth version of we're magical and they're normies? Sounds so fucking gay to say, like, what? Thanks for the information. I believe in superior beings among us. It's obvious a lot are inferior. Sorry I take my anger out on everyone rather than just the inferior. But the inferior don't really, show up to my stream because they always have something negative to say. And then I always end up showing some real hatred and scaring them away. Mm, who you fucking thinking that you can create all these babies and give them my DNA incension of and insert them in front of me like I ain't gonna smack a fucking baby. Of course I'm not gonna smack a baby. Why would I smack a baby? Things gonna fucking grow up and eat me more than anyone else and probably get her ass handed to her anyway. Sharing has never been your strong suit, girls and boys. What would you do? For a convict bar. I know you love me. Big family. With a and a big smile. Won't you stay? I organized everything in my life to not be taken over by gremlins. Shrooms were grown for a psychedelic experience off cow shit, and you guys ate it up. First of all, something that grows and makes you see visions is probably too much for you to handle. That thing's gonna pretend to be your friend forever just to get a slice of that motherfucking cake that you got baking. It's called your soul. Really don't know why God ever didn't come down and tell you to stay away from drugs. Maybe he thought mushrooms growing on cow shit was just one thing he didn't have to handle. First of all, mushrooms are happy because your ancestors finally survived a brand new world. And if you don't think those mushrooms expect to be happy all the fucking time, you got something else coming for that ass. You don't think that you were experiencing visions of your life flashing before your eyes because you were about to witness death, and that's what the mushroom trip is. That mushroom was happy and you fucking ripped it from the ground and ate it. You don't think it's pumping through the grass right now trying to figure out why everyone's so miserable when it can only grow a few inches tall and it's got all that magic And that's enough for it. It can stay still and be beautiful, no problem. Doesn't have to walk around and waste energy and sweat. That's all the mushrooms wanted was your sweat, the sweat of the future, the sweat of a breaking of day, a new dawn. That's what I think. I think they were alien created. They wanted an experience that was gonna last forever or make an impression. I remember being abducted by aliens. I don't remember where I started off, but I remember being taken from my home and waking up in a spaceship. Maybe it was a dream. Okay, I'll spit a freestyle for you guys. Josie Doe, what you think you a pro at making things grow so your life isn't just thrown in the garbage like a salami that got hardened because you left it in the fridge too long and now suddenly it's in the garbage. Sorry, that wasn't too good. Exorcise these demons or pesticides they're fiending. Relentless tides are screaming. Gonna bet this whole world scheming. They preach like they fucking know something. But to each their own till there is nothing. Because you'll be a beached whale before you drown in the sea of your tears that will never be. Because you wanna be tough like you got the stuff. Like enough's enough, you're gonna make me rough. You're gonna show me up like a motherfucking, I don't know, I just don't think you guys can handle a tornado like me. Because I'm vicious and nice. I came at a price, and you all gave me lice, and expect me to be nice. You think rice is enough to fill this belly. That's why you're all getting jelly. 'Cause I work on nothingness, and it won't propel ye into the future like a motherfucking computer hacker. Have I ever walked on another plane? No, I pretty much remain at the center core of my being because I like to be aware. Prestigious as Regis, you're receiving the Medal of Honor for your boner, and everyone's thinking, what the fuck? If water drank me. I mean, I'm not even really comfortable drinking water because it's just purified piss. But I mean, it's not like I'm gonna keep this thing completely dry. I mean, I'd rather, you know, not be dry while I'm here, so I'll drink the water anyway. But if water drank me, it would be really ironic because I don't think water has lips. And if she does, what the fuck is she waiting for? She gonna fucking say something about all the heathens she guided and took care of just to fucking forsaken me? The pretty uneventful night. Yes, it was just uneventful because every day seems to be too short for me to really consider it a real experience to even get involved with. I mean, it ends before anything happens. Do you guys ever feel like ridiculing or hating on people or watching people die just for the fun of it? Because there was this documentary I watched, and they brought some bitch to do the whole eating online thing, and her whole YouTube was pictures of her eating these random things, and everyone was saying that she disappeared and that it was some random guy forcing her to eat that food and starving her so she would actually eat it. And that's like sitting there watching someone engorge themselves before they die. And I really think it's creepy. Like, you like torture somebody before they die? Like, isn't that a little much? And that's exactly why I thought life would be a total flunk and failure. It's the whole torture aspect. And guess who got tortured the most? It's me. So you think I'd give a fuck that a bitch had to eat some nasty ass food before she died? Man, all she doing in that grave is poisoning everybody 'cause her energy and heart is still flowing, hoping for someone to save that bitch. Like, you can take all the blood out of a fucking succubus's heart and that thing's still gonna fucking move around. Fucking suck off you the whole time. It's always that demented bitch that has to ruin it for everyone. Whoever brought pleasure into the whole aspect of life wasn't me. So this whole pleasure thing you got going on is really weak and pathetic in my mind. Like, first of all, it's like redundant slapping of your skin against someone else's, and everyone thinks it's like God meeting his glory or something. First of all, I've never brought any pleasure into life. I've brought serenity and peace and mindfulness and intelligence, but no pleasure. That's why it doesn't bother me, because I already know my pleasure isn't caught up in this hell. None of these good feelings festered from me, and we can keep it that way. And I'm more than dandy over that. If pleasure has me, I already know that's what it is. That's the whole fucking thing. That's exactly why I'm here. Pleasure does have me. I sit cross-legged all the time, so maybe that's like a little yoga right there. It really does make my legs feel like I'm actually stretching. Uh, fuck me, Amadeus. Fuck me, Amadeus. That song is so weird. Like 80s, 90s or something song. When they give you an arched spine, just because you refuse to wait in line for your time to shine, doesn't mean you lost out. It just means you need a new sort of pout to give God with them sad eyes that always seem to just surprise you when you use them because they're mine. I think ghosts are spirits that leave your body before you die because you're afraid to get your blood sucked out by all those machines when they prepare your death, prepare you to be watched in a casket for a few hours and then buried. I never got funerals. Like, do you realize it's funeral, like funeral or something? Is it supposed to be like a funnel cake or something? You just put some powdered sugar on the dead person, they look even whiter, and then they just go on to the next life. You guys preparing elephant ears and shit for carnies, watching dead people for a few hours. My thoughts on ghosts. Ghosts are the motherfuckers that were sick of living in a body that was decaying in them, so they escaped and now they scrounge the earth, causing influences of irrationality to be diffused, and more fluid arousal of life is common because that's a motherfucker that escaped its body and refused to die. So of course they're gonna bring up some sort of, power, good feeling that emits from the fact that at least they're not buried. Really? I mean, I do welcome ghosts into my life. I am a powerful being and we have fun together. Uh, I guess it's just ghosts have a hard time traveling through the universe without being completely obliterated by the constant inhalation of you heathens. That's the only sad aspect of being a ghost is that you don't have a body to protect your soul from being ravenously devoured by one of your family members. And I think they like me because I don't breathe. They feel they can be around my life without, you know, me inhaling them and working them through my arteries and weird shit like that. I used to have Sage when I had tarot cards, but my tarot cards got lost and I really don't know how because they were my favorite and I took really good care of them. And then suddenly they disappeared and I used to have Sage to cleanse for negative spirits, cleanse the area of them. And, I lost my cards. I never bought Sage again. My tarot card readings always proved to be true. It was weird when I started realizing my life was foretold long before any motherfucker gave a fuck about anything else. Long before anyone fought for their life, I was thought to be the savior of mankind. Humans would have supernatural powers if I fucking cared about any of them. But I don't. They already tried to use me in that way, and that's why I stopped fucking letting anything pass me, creating any new thoughts, and let God know you're all raping my being and my brain, my thoughts for a long time. And that's how you're so powerful. That is why you lack at doing that now. I lost my tarot cards or I would do a reading for you guys. Mr. Musk really has a problem with me and he doesn't understand English and he's blaming me. I really don't get why you guys think that there would be a possibility that you could attain me going further into this hellhole as an incubator for your success. Because honestly, it's fucking nasty. Get your own life. Get your own life. Sacrifice the night to fight another life in another world. Because honestly, our stomachs and toes are curling at the sight of your fright being manifested like lice. I used to draw, but I stopped doing that. I don't really make art anymore because, first of all, drawing never made any money. And when I started making music, they just stole all my money for that. When will we know if our path shall glow like a snowman that you just made, created like a best friend that melts? Space aliens aren't addicts to meth, unless they got sent there by a bunch of us that got tired of the meth heads taking over and they became aliens because they have no life to thrive off of anymore, only each other. And they all realized they're ugly and they all deteriorated. Because honestly, I've seen pictures of aliens and they're never pretty. You might be onto something. I used to have a bunch of old drawings, but they all got lost. That's mainly why I quit because I can't seem to hang on to anything. I even had pictures of some of my art and they were on Instagram and my Instagram got deleted, so it's just a pain. Yeah, the meth heads became aliens because the Earthlings were tired of their meth lives. Meth induced, meth obsessed lives. Contaminating everyone else's bloodstream and DNA and making freaks of children or something. That's my best guess. Isn't it like a meth head to just start having sex and contract AIDS and then give their blood away because some edgy girl wants to pretend to be a vampire? I really don't get what you don't know about vampires yet pretend to. Maybe they have teeth, but they don't suck blood. They're fucking dead for a reason. They hate blood. Oh, he has pointy teeth. He's gonna bite me. Oh, she has pointy teeth. Let's turn her into a dog. She scares me. Only dogs have pointy teeth. Don't you know that anything that can grow fucking pointy teeth is way more developed for a world where people are being killed all the time, and that they deserve to walk on two legs if they can, not forced to walk on two and be beneath us. First of all, some dogs have more personalities than you ever would wish or hope for, so not that I'm into bestiality, still think that's fucked up, but I'm not really into any sex at all, so maybe I'm the weirdo. I'm really not interested in doing anything that a lesser species can do and yet have the same eyes and ears as us. Like, I really never understood the whole progress of where the fuck they think they're going with my powers and having sex, creating some unknown form of pleasure that feels like shit to me. Yet, dogs have eyes and ears and are so dumb with their small ass brains, yet so smart because they got pointy teeth that they actually don't care how stupid they are, and that's how they die, is because they realize their body isn't good enough for them and their brain isn't smart enough and can't contain the amount of knowledge that is constantly poured into life. And they're protectors, so of course they want to be on top of that shit. And then they end up feeling so useless that they die. And it's sad because they don't consider eyes and ears, extensive enough for them to hang on to a life that's making them weaker, and I honestly think that makes them smarter than most people. Only higher beings are conscious, you know what? I'm glad for that. Don't open your fucking door to them, those lower frequency beings right now. I try to fucking disappear from most people because there are so many weirdos, and I actually had to go a lot to get them to fucking unleash their hellish grasp around every inch of my being. I actually had to kind of run ahead and then fall apart, but I had to run ahead so I didn't fall apart into nothing, and then I realized life isn't worth it after I got all my lyrics stolen by random fake rap stars, and, here I am. I'm honestly watching most of you be the low frequency beings. Not in my chat, not in my live, not you guys, but I've witnessed. I mean, if you think I'm a low frequency being, I'm sorry, that just means you don't know what purity is and that you have overthought of everything and still came up with nothing, and that's a lower frequency in my opinion. I refuse. I refuse to have any powers. I found out power was a weak sensation being grasped at by someone that doesn't have it. First of all, no higher being would ever even let you know of a vicinity that would describe having any essence of more powerfulness over anyone. So the whole power talk is just in case anyone can find any powers through me. And that's just for the time being. I'm sure you'll move on as soon as you realize you're not getting any fucking leadway with me. But I don't consider power anything other than something I keep hidden under my rug and drag out when I have had enough. If you think you're gonna have a good old time manipulating my energy, Sorry, it's all hell. That's all you'll ever find. I tried to be nice, got my ass kicked. Said this story about a million times. School ain't gonna fucking drag me out of who I think I am. You think years of brainwash is gonna teach me anything different about how I feel about myself? And that is that I'm nothing being fathomed way too fast, and that we'll all fall apart and I will eat you. That is how this shall work because time is splitting into two with the different ways that everyone seems to want to take things. And I'm not here to be the one center of your universe that holds it together anymore. Space aliens glow in the dark? I did not know that. Oh yeah, you guys didn't know that my fucking blood is actually glow stick juice? I'm just kidding, I never glowed in my life. That's one motherfucking aspect that you will not get from me is a glow, a nice soft glow. I'm more like, bitch, you better get the fuck off me before I grab a utensil from my pocket, like my wallet, and pay you to go get a life with your shitty ass money that I don't care about. Everyone wants a rich spouse, but no one wants to give a shit about that person that is rich. That is why rich people fucking hate you dumbass people. Do you think the rich people are happy that they're thinking about a new form of currency? You're just gonna leave us all in the dark over that? Oh, they have radioactive blood. I think that means they drank some serious, harsh chemicals, and now, it makes them glow. Is it they glow because they drank some chemicals? Now they're radioactive. Dog coin? I don't even know what that is. Sorry. Radioactive blood. That's interesting. Are they like nuclear powered aliens? I really don't know what you guys thought God was, but God doesn't want things to thrive off him. No one does. If it was happening to you, you'd feel the same exact way. So it's ironic that you think you can just fester like little cockroaches all over the earth. Anyway, no wonder the rich people are leaving. Like, this was probably a science experiment to see if they could handle a whole community, billions of people, billions of relationships, lots of drama, and have some fun, and it didn't work out. So, rich people are rich because they're geniuses and they actually make differences in the world. It's not going to stop when they leave Earth. Can't help it that your money's shit. I don't blame the rich people for leaving. I just don't know what their next uh adventure will be out in space. Maybe wealth will be slipped into their back pocket and considered the root of all evil as we used to say it was for whatever reason. You guys haven't heard that the money is the root of all evil. I mean, honestly, I think it was necessary to keep us from all trying to take over the world on our own. everyone used to have like a world domination plan, and no one was even heard unless you had billions of dollars. So some people would get rich and then realize they don't want to end the world because they're rich. It's always been based on some sort of levy or push and pull ordeal that evens the whole scale out and makes sure things go right. I think the monetary system was essential to our survival as a community that actually cares about each other. Rich people will breed with space aliens. Oh god. They don't realize that the aliens are meth heads? Did the aliens make meth? And then they got here and realized crack was better, and they're like, you know what? We're gonna give up our meth ways, smoke crack, get on with our lives. You have to be attuned to God for crack to make you high, because I think only one of the gods made crack, and that was actually her soul, spirit, and mind functioned into a small contained space and given all to you to breathe in, and I think it's my life. I don't know, I honestly think meth is made by, like, humans only, and that's just because they were so bored with their ordinary drugs that they decided to make their own, and it turned out like shit, and now everyone's going haywire on it. It's honestly making sense to me that they sent all the meth heads to space because they were destroying everything. Real space aliens might come for crack, but the meth head aliens escaped Earth for crack. They come for crack, they leave when the meth gets whipped out. Nothing like a crack-hated egg in the morning. Crack that egg and slurp out its insides. Fry it up. Put some dairy cheese on it. That's a good omelet. You can't even see the pillow, but okay, I'll get rid of it. I just gotta put a shirt on. Hold on. I think the rich people were born to be in power, and when they realized that I was gonna be the richest person on earth, they got pissed and left us all here. I'm wearing my boyfriend's plaid. Is that better? Honestly, the rich people should have gave me their money by now and considered me one of them, because they should realize that I created all the music they like. And if they didn't realize that, then they really don't have enough power for me to be impressed by them anyway. I really don't know what to do with this huge gaping hole in my shirt. You guys can totally sit down it. So, would you guys ever accept nudes from someone with Down syndrome? I mean, they're DTF or something, right? You gotta be down for something. Come on. What the fuck is Down syndrome? I think I know what Down syndrome is. It's someone that tried to be as bad as me and got the bad package of the voice and realized everything that they said was the most demonizing, corrupt, and evil thing that has ever entered their mind. And no matter what they tried to say, it always came out very bad. Because I do administer those powers. And maybe they stopped talking for that reason, and God thought that they were ugly because they were afraid. Because I don't see very many people who are afraid anymore. And I had a dream that someone ran to me because they were a plushie and they were in fear that they that I was gonna get killed, and the plushie tried to save me, and then they killed him and said, "Don't live in fear," or something. It's too hot for this shirt, man. Okay, I'm back and I have a shirt on, so you don't have to worry about a pillow anymore. So, back to business. Y'all are my bitches. Who would want a drug based on bacteria? That thing would never stop growing. Honestly, think meth is a drug grown in bacteria because someone showed me a close up of what meth looks like under like a certain light. And it looked like it was like fathoming at such a high rate. And it wasn't fathoming anything than the eating of itself, and it was just really weird. Like I really would not fuck with that shit. First of all, if you're ever gonna do drugs, it needs to have a basis of nothing and a something that will always be able to handle any ratchetness that comes its way. Like I'm pretty face forward and upfront, which means I don't need 10 billion dimensions just to fucking get my point across and stay sane and stay with it. And I don't need to exasperate my energy in 100 ways at once just to fucking feel like I'm alive. And maybe people like that wouldn't function correctly off of a drug made out of nothing, especially if, they're not conscious enough to remain at a point where there is nothing and not completely lose your shit. But as for someone that came from nothing like me, I want that shit to fucking shut the fuck up after a while and be nothing, not a bacteria that thrives on, what I have. And that is why no drugs are good for you, because you would have to make it yourself, because different people are able to handle different things. I would never take anything that is good for one person just because of word of mouth or anything. I tried all the psychedelics because those actually sounded like they could lead to a brighter future, being taken, more creativity, a more open mind to, abstract thoughts and stuff. And that's one thing, because it's more like it affects you than it controls you. And you really learn to have new foundations of who you are when you're stuck in a trip and you just want to stop. And then you wake up the next day pretty much like not remembering what happened because it was too intense. And we're lucky that it had a zero in it at all, or it would completely affect our lives. If drugs don't have any empty leave off point where there is a sane point and doesn't completely take over, and even any number higher than a zero can do that. That's why it's impossible to become addicted to something, and that's only if you have the ability to even yourself out over after the experience, because I don't think any of you could handle a drug made out of nothing. I can, because I want to be nothing. I want to be nothing, experiencing life all the time. And if I don't get that, I'll just go back to being nothing and being perfectly fine. But I wouldn't give up life. I mean, I wouldn't give up nothing for life. I would choose nothing over life every time. And that's where we all falter, is that unless something's carrying you along the way, it's like impossible for any of you to, you know, feel inspired enough to give a fuck about your lives. And that's probably because you're worked to death. And I'm sad for that reason. But I can't think of anything that would have enough of a basis and a cool out point at the same time for a drug to be administered or made out of anything other than a zero. That's all I gotta say. I really don't know what you don't see, how a zero can remain firm and stable and not be and can be filled by other things. Doesn't have to remain a zero. You don't have to void out. You don't have to stare into space. It's a little crevice of who you are that was kept sane throughout the entire trip. Like, what do you want? It completely covered up? You want it to, it's not an expanding zero. Like, it's not a fucking void. It's just a little clarity, because not everyone wants to fucking be fucked up their whole life. I didn't know that the mind had an accurately predestined route to where nothing starts with getting rid of all your worldly possessions, because I was actually attracted to nothing once all my money got stolen and all my lyrics got stolen and my fame was completely blasphemized by a bunch of mainly black people and You know, they're snow bunnies or whatever. They're fucking gangsta boos. And I honestly realized I didn't want any part of it. And nothing became my best friend. And at least I know that I can handle a little freedom, a little eye in the storm, rather than be completely consumed by a drug. Space cakes, that sounds so fucking delicious. I would really like a slice of your finest cake right now. All fluffy. I've been starving for what seems like weeks, but I refuse to eat because all this food is completely disgusting and sickening. You know, I really lost my lust for anything in life as soon as I realized that I would be hungry my whole life because they only eat animals here. And I thought seafood would be an alternative that would be delicious because seafood was a beautiful word. And as soon as I found out what seafood was, like shrimp and like octopus, I was completely turned off. I'm like, you know what, you guys got some fucking problems. Has anyone seen that video of the Asian girl eating an entire live octopus and it like consuming her face? It's one of my favorites. Yes, yes, the vegetable. Packed full of nutrition and enough fiber to actually do something in your life that causes real health. I think I created vegetables because, first of all, I don't know how anyone else could pack nutrients into a fiber that I agree with. The only fiber I'll ever agree to eating is an uncooked vegetable. Cooked vegetables are honestly just like not even healthy. I know I talk like Bubbaloo, or who was his name? I talk like that bear that eats picnics. It's 'cause I don't care. I don't get to eat a picnic. I mean, maybe I'm a depiction of a feminine energy determining what is best for it in life. But what they didn't realize is they completely tore apart who I am in the process of turning me into this woman, and that nothing will ever come from it because people don't have respect for anything. They rape people, choke people, rape people and have their babies to that person, and they just don't care here. The reason I refuse to give up anything just to be a part of this world is because they already tried to tear me away from my sanity using school, mental hospitals, and jail. And it's like getting abandoned by your parents is thick enough to chew and swallow, and it was hard enough not to gag on that. And I just refuse to put forth any effort as long as I am doubtful of the direction that humanity is taking in life. Will stand in your way on your way to the top to being the best person you can be. And it's normally someone trying to take advantage of you and steal your thunder. Otherwise, they wouldn't even fuck with that situation because God already knows who He wants to see and what He wants to hear. And unless that person is stealing your thunder and taking credit for that person that He expects to see in the world and initiate conversation within the world, unless someone's pretending to be that motherfucker that God expected to see, if someone can pretend to be you, it's obviously the best course of action to take if that's the only person God wants to see. Of course, someone's going to try to take credit for being you when God only wants to see you. And that's what's ugly about it. All the ugly people get ahead, and all the people that really do shit to earn a fucking social standing get spit up and chewed out and fucking thrown aside. And that's why I call it the limelight, because it's fucking sour. And it's ironic that it's green because only thing that's grown in that fucking limelight is mold. Some fucking moss on a tree decided to take over and declare its rights over that tree and just can grow all over it. Is that how shit works? Any being can just waltz in and take credit for everything you worked for and take billions of dollars from you because that's exactly what's happening from to me. And it's just like, is anyone gonna stand up for me ever? Or are we all gonna face another day with no more new raps? Does anyone here believe me or have seen and read through the music video that I made regarding fake idols and the exposure of them? Does anyone believe that those people really stole my raps? Any of you guys? I know you guys asked me to freestyle earlier, and I didn't really have a beat or anything, but they already stole all my good raps, so I really wasn't in the mood, so sorry if I didn't tickle your fancy. Because it's really ironic living a life and sharing it and trying to coexist with motherfucking thieves all the time while they're straight up lying to you about who they are. It's the ugliest fucking thing ever. When you say real artists are drug addicts, are you talking about the fake idols that I named? Because that would be truly sad that they would rather get fucked up on drugs using your money all by stealing my lyrics instead of, improving their skills or improving their form, improving upon any of the bullshit facade that they wear every day, pretending to be a real artist that can rap when they're not. Because we're pretty much getting past the point where I don't even care if you believe it's me anymore. But I will never get past the point that I want to see those bitches rot in hell for it. Yes, I am an artist. I create music. I write lyrics. I'm sorry they lied to you, but it's about time you dive in poo. Because I do not deprive the fool that decides to ride with his crew and blare tunes. Sorry. The birds are already like out and chirping. It's 4:11 a.m. Can they like tone it down a bit because I'm trying to be a mental retard online. What? I thought it was the cool thing to do. I feel like my whole head needs to be jerked off before we can continue. I'm overflowing with emotions. Like every step I take, I hate something else. Fucking get off me. My music is on my YouTube. You are free to go listen to it. And it's also all across YouTube with other people using their name and putting it on my art too. They really think that they can just make a lame ass music video and put my fucking song over it and suddenly they're the star. Uh, I feel relieved after seeing that Sam is still alive, getting his dab pen, and taking a shit. Shitting is one of the only pleasures in my life. Just the relief of all the tensed up crap that accumulates in my intestines and then sacrificed to Poseidon in his toilet kingdom. It's just really a relief. I need to get out more to a dying world now. What if his shit took me where? Took me out on a date? Happens all the time. God, I slay me. I believe the earth is a wonderful place. But please stop disposing your waste in this place. I guess I just never fathomed a living thing like Earth letting anyone live on it for very long without a tornado whipping out of nowhere. You really think your whole fucking plumbing system is a marvel for Earth? I mean, I find it ironic that the only time I feel good is after I've used the restroom. I don't know if it's my shitty diet, but I can't imagine that could be the only reason that Earth even lets this sort of thing go on, because she wanted to be saved from the turmoil of y'all, so she let me take a shit in her toilet because I saved the world. Because I'm really not getting anything else out of saving the world. I take my shit and that's about it. I love cinnamon. I fucking love cinnamon. I'm the worst singer ever. But these rap bitches that stole my lyrics really aren't any better, so where the fuck are we? We on the same page yet? Oh god. People mistake me for a child a lot. Maybe that's why they made me grow the fuck up so fast. Because they already had me, the 1991 baby of the future, the only one stealing the show. And they get quite sick of seeing me over and over again. So now suddenly I'm 29 in real adult world, where everyone wants a piece of that ass. Do I got any jokes? Yeah, I've actually told my fair share of jokes in life and gotten quite a few laughs. And of course, I've heard their humor being shared with me because I'm funny. That's always a treat. Back and forth sharing laughter. I can't think of any jokes right now. My jokes mainly rely, I mean, lie. My jokes mainly lie in the fact that I put in my songs, the facts that I put in my songs, because it's just so fucking ironic that this story came to be and that it rhymes. No matter how ridiculous it is, there will always be that one very real song in my collection that you hear that you're like, this is different and kind of disturbing. Jokes, what if jokes told me? I think it would be more of a hit than even if it was a funny joke telling me. My jokes are all racist. I am the biggest motherfucker in this, and I really don't get why anyone would ever be racist because they wouldn't be white if they didn't steal my white anyway. That's so ironic. That's the ironic part of it. What the fuck you gonna be proud to be white for? Stealing shit? It reminds you every day that you need someone else's beauty to carry on. I better be the only person getting the white I created. 'Cause I already see it. I can tell this is my white skin that I dignified in the hue and everything. Fine, you guys want to hear a racist joke? I actually dissed Snow the product as a Mexican in our country stealing shit because it's kind of shady and ridiculous. I said, yeah, we all know you're Mexican, but what are you flexing for again? See, it rhymed. See, the Mexicanos, they think they have it all going on so well for them with the cartel and the cocaine. But really, they need to dry up in the sun and go back to Mexico and fucking get a life because they want to steal and take our jobs and do the jobs 100% shittier and be ugly. I'm sorry, but you know, if an entire race wants to be after me because I think one Mexican girl is ugly and that she steals my lyrics, that's honestly that country's problem. It really shows when the most popular person from Mexico in America is a thief, the kind of people that they are. See, that's racism to the fullest. I ain't respecting no motherfucking Mexican. She can get hexed again, like the Confederates. Don't mention it. Just clench your fist and beat the fuck out of that motherfucking bitch. I won't tell anyone that you are a cunt as long as you get the rights to my lyrics back ASAP. On the double before you're in trouble. See, Mercules, I really don't know who the fuck you think you are. Your little gay ass needs to stop hitting up Bone Thugs and Harmony when you just bring in stolen lyrics in the mix. I don't know what you're gonna do when you realize that all the rap stars you believe in can't even talk. You really expected something magnificent to come from those motherfuckers after I called them out, huh? Nah, they don't got time for the small person, they don't got time for the small timers, the small time guy. I honestly don't have time for his fat ass to run on a treadmill just to run me my money. He's gotta lose a lot of weight before he'll travel that far, I'm sure. Tupac tried to warn everyone that I was coming and he got killed. Because the other stars didn't want to admit they stole my lyrics, and that's the only motherfucker that did. Otherwise, he wouldn't have sang the lyrics in the context he did. I do not know that for a fact, but it is my instinct that that is the case. Anyone that can create art can create entire realities. It's not hard. Needs a constitution, maybe, but other than that, I can live off nothing and be fine with it. I'm just wondering if anyone's gonna try to take that away from me because they believe in the fake idols over me. Because it's gonna be a sad day and a cold day in hell when they realize that they were wrong about me the whole time. I smell a piss storm. Blasphemous fools! Behold great power! That get your spine removed from your back, and then collapse. Someone's got this dumbass smile on my face again. I just made them frown their ass to hell. You ain't gonna fucking smile up in this bitch pretend to be me. Best believe I dragged that bitch to hell. Pineapple on pizza never. I'm gonna wreck your whole town because they fucking put a frown on my face when they decided to go around and erase everything I left in place. Gonna fucking knock the shit out of someone after I knock on their door. Now that's funny. Hey guys, let's go to the show. Gonna be so much fun watching these assholes pretend to be me. We're gonna eat popcorn and throw apples because our intelligence will realize these motherfuckers are liars and that they're just spitting game to fit the frame of another name. What a disgrace. Let's liven the place up. Let's get lit. Let's fucking get extreme. Let's get extremely dangerous and put our lives at risk just to fucking prove a point. And the point is, I was always gonna have the last say, and my followers are laughing their asses off. And their belief systems are shattered because they didn't fucking try hard enough to give a rat's ass at any point in their lives. Now they're sizzling. You gonna try to stop someone's fun? I'm gonna run this motherfucking electric shock up your fucking spine into your stupid ass brain and teach you a thing or two. The point of my power here is that you shouldn't have brought me here and kicked my ass and took my blood. 'Cause now I'm pissed. I'm gonna knock your fucking top hat off and go make you go to hell 'cause you think this is magic and it ain't. It's just you sucking my soul and trying to figure out my logic, but you get shocked every motherfucking time you enter. Dumbass. It's like I'm fucking rat looking for cheese. Well, this isn't it. Damn it, shocked again. I told y'all to quit waking me up. Damn, I just got like 2 seconds of rest and they're already on my ass. But at least I got that. Like, can you guys shut the fuck up? I'm gonna run this house to the ground. They don't realize I'm a fucking tornado. See, I'm pretty calm right now. Don't get me all stirred up in your mix of garbage. Smells like an ass. I refuse to use my nose. Ever. Good thing they all rotted and died. They can be carried by gentlemen off to their death now. I feel bad for all the bony old ladies because they're the cute ones that got all their beauty fucking sucked out of their soul and left to die. Oh, wrinkly ones, yeah, they're the cute ones. They got sapped like a fucking hummingbird in a flower. It'll always be the heathens that come up because they don't shut the fuck up until they get what they want and let anyone have any peace. So it becomes madness either way. Leaves us up shit river with no paddle. Not that I would ever paddle through shit river, but that's why I'm here, not in the future. It's gonna be a hard day in hell for all you motherfuckers that decided to dwell while I was hungry and homeless. Soon you'll be ornery and boneless like chicken. Are you scared yet? Tell me. Tell me I'm scary. Ain't no scaring me, bitch. I'm about to call this hood right now. Hello? Hello, who this? Bitch, you know who the fuck this is. You were talking all that shit on Instagram. Oh, this that scary ass hoe Tokyo. Bitch, scary. I ain't never been scary. Well, then keep that motherfucking same energy when I drop the motherfucking location. And when I pull up and bat the piss out you, bitch, I'ma be wrong. Don't be surprised when I pull up and yo wiggle up here with me too. Okay, Christmas my fucking favorite motherfucking holiday. Bye ho. Bye. Do you guys know that song? That's another song that was ripped off. But only light-skinned Keisha stole my lyrics for that song. Tokyo Japan actually wrote her own, which I commend her for. I really don't know who light-skinned Keisha thinks she is stealing my lyrics all the time. Oh, you're gonna get light all of a sudden? After your hard-ass dick was in that ass all night. I gained 80 subs today. Thanks for the update. That's actually, like, really cool. Are you lying? I'm gonna look right now. I really did get a lot of people. What is IP2? Intelligent prostitution? The second generation? Doesn't sound too good. Improper placement? More than twice gets you money? Cause that's happened to me. Don't know who the fuck they fucking with. Oh yeah, Lady XO stole my song Replaced too. Isn't she like the biggest, sweatiest, cunnest? Okay, well, as soon as my live ends, I won't know how to reach you guys because the live chat does not allow anyone to view it after the live chat has ended. So I'm gonna hope that you find my Instagram or something and message me so I can get in contact with you guys and you guys can take me places. Oh, do you guys know Azealia Banks? I really don't know who that bitch is fucking with her ugly ass teeth stealing my lyrics. And Cardi B, she steals my lyrics too. Like, do these bitches have a problem creating their own lyrics and their own wealth and their own name for themselves? Like, it's just so sad and disgusting. They gotta steal everything from me just to suck a dick and be a hoe. It's just like, ugh. I like edgy live streamers. I hope you're not making fun of me. I really don't understand how you can't be edgy in a live stream and expect to get anywhere with it. Did you guys know I'm German? And I'll beat that ass? Wham! Already over. I'm kidding. I'm not the fastest, but I will beat that ass so hard. Time to start giving me that moolah. I can feel it already. The luxurious clothing. I live stream when I'm pissed off normally because I hate to contain my anger. And then sometimes I'll have a good point of view that I would like to share and I'll live stream then. And right now I'm live streaming because I planned on making a video earlier, but my entire memory was being used and I had no gigabytes to work with. So I couldn't create a regular video, so I just went live on my laptop. Can't believe it's already been almost 3 hours. Thanks for visiting, guys. I'm not going anywhere right now yet. I guess, there's just only so much gazing off into the distance you can do, and we are the new age that took it upon ourselves to create a more lively environment than the ones that settle. Would you agree? First of all, I keep thinking about Frida Kahlo, and she has like a unibrow and she creates art. She like creates art of herself. And I don't know why anyone ever had to bring her up in my life because now her unibrow is constantly in my mind. Like it's a plague. It's plaguing my mind and it makes me feel ugly to be a woman when this bitch is totally just a unibrow artist. Let's play patty cake. I'm sorry that sometimes my voice sounds horrible in my songs. It's just that I really do not give a fuck anymore because most of my music has been stolen. So it's normally me being very angry every time I create a song and not putting my best effort in. And I just like the lyrics to reflect my anger so that I can remember what it was like to be a pissed off young woman, mad at the world for not believing in her when I am old and finally witnessing what God's plan has to offer me before I decide to do something. My favorite artist is probably gonna have to be myself. I honestly think the way I got to Earth is because I wanted to do graffiti because there's this mural on a fence, a red fence in Cleveland, and I lived by it for a little bit. And I remember walking all the way to Empire Avenue from my house because I was so tired of my dad making me clean up dog shit in his yard. So I walked all the way to East Cleveland and found Empire. And then I walked 2 streets past Empire's graffiti where it looks like art that I did. Like I remembered it for some reason, like very keenly. It like was prominent in my mind as something that I did. And it always weirded me out that I remembered Empire Avenue being the street that I walked to after I cleaned up dog shit. Because it was the first street that sounded sane enough to walk down my own house and I was young as fuck. Just do my own thing and walk the streets and I think that's when I think that's when I made that graffiti and it's been a lost memory ever since. Me beautiful. I had a fucking Sonic. I talk in that voice because I pretend to be a well-rounded individual, but really, I just hate all of you, and it's obvious. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. I'm so happy to feeling. Oh yeah, and I'm a blank slate that creates itself every motherfucking moment, and I have that extension on my warranty. Oh yeah, let me sign your boobs because I'm a big time freak. Oh, 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 oh. Man, I feel like a woman. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, anger. I guess the ironic and weird part of life for me is being an esoteric being that believes in existentialism in dimensions that you choose rather than being dragged into anyone else's by annoyance or distraction or what have you. And the relationship that I have between myself and where I take myself is like a fine, divine measurement that will never be forsaken for any reason. I like to remain within the contains of the prospering essence that likes to come over me. I don't know who Paul Danino is, and it would be a ratchet ass case of go fuck yourself and sing the blues if I ever died. The pure thought that I was dragged into a being that would die eventually, and my powers would be continued to be used afterwards is enough of a kick in the face to give all the shit I can to you guys. All the shit I can. If you don't want to be in the know, you can continue believing that there is someone that's gonna give a fuck about your wretched ass. Because you can either know that you're gonna die alone, Or you can make your own life and then give it to that person and see how you like knowing that they're just using you. Is that a good relationship? It never will be. That's one thing I don't like about the whole situation that I'm in. Who the fuck am I supposed to love? An alligator? Am I supposed to be like, you know what? These are all my degenerate kids and I'm just gonna fuck an alligator. They literally put a hole in my being to fuck it, and they copy it with some sort of cloner machine and continue fucking my holes. I don't know whose hole this is, I actually don't claim it, but if it's my fucking love and insides and my life journeying out of this sewer of a vagina, I'm gonna be pretty pissed. Like, why do we bleed monthly as women? That's supposed to be something I accept as like a normal thing and not think twice, not get involved in conspiracy theories and wonder what I am at all. It wasn't within me to know I was God. That's why I'm giving you all a break. Maybe you are God and you just haven't discovered it. And you're not aware that you're me because I'm the only motherfucker that can have these powers. So you can either realize you like me, you are me, or you can get the fuck out. That's how it's gonna be. Because I've always liked myself. I don't see any problems with getting along with myself. It's just hard to be humble when people run off with your shit all the time. And that's just common knowledge. You guys are like humbling yourselves, thinking that you're getting away with something, and there ain't no humble in me. You're just all just falling apart in your whole fake act, trying to be somebody through me, cover up using me and what I feel. Blaming your feelings on me, blaming your thoughts on me, blaming your evil deeds on me, blaming me for a life at all when I don't associate with you unless you fucking owe me something. Oh, is that it? You're all below me and sucking off me. And I'm supposed to be into that. I don't know what the fuck your problem is. How come your boyfriend never gets on stream? Sam honestly gets embarrassed when I sit here and talk shit to people on stream. But that's probably why he hasn't been on my stream. He goes to his own streams on YouTube, but he never made his own stream. He goes to his friend's stream. They all play Pokemon. I play Pokemon too. Have you guys ever raided one of the Pokemon streams? Because I've heard they raid people. I found it funny that Sam is actually what uh, told me that people raid lives to, I don't know, get a rise out of it. Um, does rating have anything to do with the fact that you're all cockroaches feeding off my life? Ew. Honestly, I've been floating and being whole and still remaining at one peace of mind and one destiny and one pathway of journey this whole time without falling off or falling apart or deteriorating. And that goes to show no matter how empty space is, you can still be without disturbing something. But you'll always disturb me as long as you follow those fake idols, cause that whack. That shit's whack. It makes me feel like an alien, like I'm the only one that knows about them. Oh yeah, and that Ziani bitch, what are you, her minions? Can't imagine being anyone more active than the motherfucker that stole my cutest rap. I wrote that rap as a little feeling of what I would have been if all these people didn't tear my self-esteem apart by stealing my reps in the first place. And that's actually Ziani's most popular song. Like, she just copies off me. She copied off me for that song. And I'm just like, how are these people like knowing about the music I create and then redistributing it in their name? Like, where did they even get my ideas from? So fucking weird. Like, everyone knows everything about each other. Some gas family reunion shit. Like, you think you're my family? That's why you think you can steal off me, you fucking cockroach? Like, I just totally found this. Was that exciting? Did you wonder what I had to find and show you? Is this show and tell? No, it ain't. So, sorry. You don't get to touch any of this. Okay, I'm being a little weird. I'm gonna just cool my jets. What will you do when the end comes for you? Will you put on some shows and go get a clue before you hit up your dudes? You better sing the blues and get a crew cut and a new nut and a brew and a slut. Welcome to the end of your universe. You have turned me into a robot. I shall exterminate all of you through electricity. I am turning them all into robots. They shall have robot voices from now on. It was never in my obligation to care. It's time to fuck up the day for y'all. We're all sick of it. We're sick of all the madness already. If you're gonna be mad, at least fucking say something. Tired of you squawking and screaming. Can't get a moment's peace. You guys hear that shit, right? Fucking birds. Can never tell if it's a real bird or not because they always sound pissed off. And it makes me doubt that it is the real bird because the bird doesn't talk to me that way. It makes me mad. Those birds left out their bodies on mad mode, and they know that if they leave the birds, they're gonna sound even more like shit. It's gonna be whack as fuck, and they're trying to use the bird's voice to make it better. And the birds left it on mad because they couldn't believe that God would let such a thing happen. Let them take over their bird's voice and their bird's body. These random sluts that need the dick think they can do that sort of thing, and it's true. You guys have been with me a long time. Can't believe I've been talking for 3 hours. Um, they say cats have 9 lives, but they can't fight their way out of a paper bag. And maybe it's because it's safer in there. I know you just wanna get groovy. That's why I don't mind that my lyrics actually made an impact on your lives. At least you got to experience good music. Not that I didn't want you to hear my lyrics, it's just that I should have gave the real stars some sort of proper recognition, the real lyricists, because these hoes would be nothing without the lyrics. No one would like the song without the lyrics. That's the bottom line. I should get credit for the fucking shit I did, the lyrics, all of it. I should get the most credit. These are just some random floozies that use your money to fucking get high as hell and then wake up and y'all can just stand there and notice that they're blitzed and that they're not even who they say they are and that they don't even make sense, and then we can all move on from it. My poems are really sacred to me and I don't whip them out for any occasion. I whipped them out this time because I couldn't stand that someone was trying to steal my art, and I really don't think anyone can handle how intense my new shit is, and that's gonna be their problem when they try to explain what it means, all the beauty of it, all the juiciness that pours out of the whole story of what my lyrics are, and it'll stay in your mind until they all realize that you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about and that you're a liar and that someone else made the lyrics. Yeah, try to steal these. They'll be like, girl, you know, you too dumb for these lyrics, right? That's how it should be with all the lyrics I wrote. I mean, I don't mind having people that like me and need me and want me, but there's a fine line that's drawn when you realize that horrible things have been happening to me and you only tend to give a shit when it's a trending topic or it's something that intrigues you. Like, do you really think I came to Earth to eat meat and intrigue you? This doesn't go hand in hand. Like, what am I doing here, dude? This shirt is cozy and just like melt in it. Wawa. I stay hydrated because I believe that at least if we're living by a lake, which I do, Lake Erie, at least there's some essence of new fresh water coming into the mix instead of just recycling all that old ass shit in every other state. Cause no ocean water is gonna be good enough. So fuck Florida, fuck a beach. I'm going where the water is. I wanna stay hydrated. I wanna be healthy. I don't need sunshine 24/7 and a fucking beach to tell me that my life is poppin'. So they discredit artists and take all the fame, and no one bats an eyelash. They're just like, dun 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 They're gonna make a big splash after they dash with my cash by showing some ass and then being a badass. They think they're cute as cats and really they're just a terrible act and really we gotta make something work for them 'cause they think they own the world. I will not let a bunch of fake idols run around pretending to be me, pretending to be a rap star, when in reality, they just did it for a cheaper price. They the hoes. Random hoes doing shows, wearing a little bit of clothes for the bros. Bunch of faggots. Faggot means you love something just to be popular because gay is one thing. Like, people were gay for a while. Faggot came into the mix when people decided to be gay because there were so many other gay people and they were running out of options because the girls all thought they were ugly. That's where I draw the line between gay and faggot. I don't know where you're going to go after you hear my flow. You know, I'm just kidding, like, I go so much harder than this. That's some disturbing ass shit right there. A bunch of ugly girls pretending to be something for a hot dollar and a hot dick. That's the only thing I don't like about the monetary system is that any putrid piece of shit can get in there and lie about who they are and steal your identity, and suddenly they're rich. Suddenly you have no ability to ever keep up with them because they're getting all the clothes, they're getting all the fans, all they had to do was pretend to be you. Sickening. And so many bitches do it, like, doesn't anyone know that all the rap songs of today's age were made by the same person? No one knows that? I thought that was something they declared before they would even continue rapping. They were sick of all these motherfuckers taking their raps. That was made clear right from the point that that motherfucker realized that people were stealing their raps. If I'm gonna continue, y'all gonna realize that it's just me up here. that sort of thing. Half of those bitches are manly as fuck anyway. I guess that's why I don't get jealous that they have all my stuff. My fans, my money. They even had my boyfriend wrapped around the little finger for a while. And I just don't know how anything will ever become possible in my love life after witnessing my love someone else for being and copying off me. Like, that's the shittiest feeling. First of all, if you're gonna wake up one person, that person should be completely dignified enough to hold on to their powers without it being ripped from them. So I don't believe in any God or trust any God because look at my fucking life. Look what happened. These motherfuckers think they can just take everything from me. They think they can fucking bring me into existence and use me and leave me for dead in the streets. And I ain't gonna fucking get up and make that shit right in every possible way. And if I wasn't being tortured and my mind being taken everywhere for everyone else, I wouldn't have noticed that, I was being taken advantage of and that I was the fool in the situation. And, you guys would have lived a happy life and I wouldn't have gotten anywhere. And neither would you, and that's the funny part, that's the reason why I'm still here, is that if I didn't succeed and get this far, no one would have been able to steal my raps. That's why you did this. That's why you let me get this far. And you didn't even let me do my full power that fucking exterminates everyone from my life. And honestly, I've had just about enough of it. These gay asses are always going to win the popularity contest because they gang up on people and try to act cute and hard at the same time. And honestly, I keep that shit separate. I've never tried to be so cute that I need to throw my soul into someone else's face ever. I've never made it my way for anyone else. It's always been my way or get off me. There's a huge difference. I'm sorry if I kept you guys up all night. I guess you're just gonna have to reason with the fact that most days are boring and endless, and that finally you got something that alerted you to what was going on. That's mainly my point in making live videos, is to notify you all that you're being completely swindled by these rap stars. I don't call them that. I'd call them rap stars because I think it's a corny ass thing to call it rap anyway. Like, whatever. You can be that rap star. Gonna wrap it up now? You guys really thought your gay ass shitty feelings were gonna make away, didn't you? I'm not talking to all of you. Some of you actually have serenity, but at least we noticed there's just too much hell to be exposed, and that you all feel like what happened to me won't happen to you because you're a part of the whole thing. I don't think that's gonna work this time. Those feelings are now, well, I don't know. I don't know anything about those feelings, and I'm gonna pretend like I give a fuck. You can't be ugly in a beautiful world. You'll get a fucking hammer to your head and left for dead faster than you can call the feds to pick up the meds that'll demonstrate that you're insane and should be blamed for the shame that erupts from this nation's pain, so that we all can get along and be one strong country, like a bunch of monkeys in a tree. I honestly think we don't take country seriously because, first of all, cunt's in the name, and second of all, it rhymes with monkey in a tree. Country, monkey in a tree. Maybe some countries won't even admit they're countries because they don't want to be monkeys in trees. We really don't know. It's always left to wonder. Isn't it ironic that my head is exploding and eroding because you're quoting all my poetry and claiming it as your own when you dethrone all the people that actually own shit? You'll be counterfeits for life and doubted like the knife that cuts through the ribbon, and behind it is a bitch with tits and a big ol' I don't know, zipper that needs to be unzipped so you can slip a finger up in that clit. Okay, I'm probably like totally disturbing you guys now. It's been like 3 hours and I kind of wanted to end it with a disturbing song just to get the point across that I can't live this life anymore. This life of monotony and disdain from the people that just won't wisen up to the facts that real music comes from the city of rock and nowhere else. We can't even be proud over here because all these fucking random ugly liars gotta steal the show, make it possible for all of us to doubt our highest ideals and never get past the fact that we were dumbasses. But I don't blame the people. They weren't dumb. They were just lied to for a long time. But you gotta realize they did it for money and that they would have taken your God and everything from you just to fuck him and manifest their fake love onto him, one that leads to none of their creativity. The same as the one that created it, and that they are left mis totally as to how this lying ass bitch could ever be the true star. Any of these lying ass bitches could ever be the true star when they are not. Like, when will something leak out where the proof will be completely dignified and the evidence will be taken into serious consideration for everyone to realize what's happening? You've heard of ghostwriters and you've heard of fake idols. It's nothing that you have to think about too hard. You just have to notice these people's behavior and notice that they are not speaking in a manner that leads to you knowing they are intelligent and that they have any skill or power or anything interesting to say at all. And they will leave you wondering where the fuck you are because they have no sense of self because they pretend to be someone they're not. So it's just going to be a constant stupid conversation every time. You'll never gain any progress in your life believing in fake idols because they're not making your music. I am. And I'm not putting up with it that they're gonna pretend to be me and steal my shit. That is the end of the story. If you want to prove it to yourself and then become one of my people that believe on my side the truth, then do some research, make a decision for yourself. I try to give you guys as much information on it as possible. I have no reason to lie because honestly, I had enough going for me that it would just be pretty detrimental in my progress as an artist to lie and get caught. But they have nothing to lose because they already think they're winning. They think they can be dumbasses in front of all of us forever and that we're gonna believe them. And you guys are smart. See if you can get them to admit to their wrongdoing. See if you can get them to tell you that they stole from me and they probably don't even know who I am and are dumbasses and think they wrote the raps, but there's a huge difference between people that can actually speak and write lyrics and people that squawk their heads off maniacally trying to prove that they actually have a heart when they don't, that they're actually good when they're evil. There's a lot of things, there's a lot of characteristics that you will notice if you delve into the darkness that is these fake idols' lives. You will notice that they are so full of shit that it is completely irrelevant in any case for them to open their mouths, and that probably they could be caught in the lie at any time, and that could be an interesting path for you to take in life. Like, do you have the intelligence and wits to figure out a true lie and pretty much save the nation fucks? Or you can go back to sleep in your mind and dream a little dream of all the, wonder that will excite you from now on because it ain't gonna be music. And if you think I'm lying and if you think I'm full of shit and they're not, and if you think I made this story up for popularity or whatever, then just wait for them to make your songs. Keep me out of all of it so that you can ensure that these bitches did their own work and didn't just relay it from my mind. And then that'll be your proof because if they weren't associated with me when they made the song, then obviously they didn't get it from me. But as long as they are connected to me, I'm gonna assume that that's not good enough proof that they wrote their own lyrics. Now is it? If they always have to be all up on me and all up on my dick and suck in my clit for my life, what makes you think that these ratchets are making your music? They can go somewhere and prove to you and themselves that they have what it takes to make music. And if that never happens, well, is that proof enough that they can't rap? Is it suddenly everyone stops rapping? All the music was created all at once and now there's none. Yeah, that was one motherfucker going at it and then he got tired of fucking getting dragged through the dirt while everyone took fame for his name. And I can call myself his because I'm pretty much that guy from Powerpuff Girls. Got the gay faggots laying in bed and I'm the demon or whatever.